What happens when you take Russian bias, which does exist, premium bias, which also does exist, and combined it into one really scary aircraft? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Before we dive into this video, I'd appreciate it if you guys hit the like button and subscribed. Only 11% of my current viewers are subscribed, and if you're interested in joining a Discord, it's linked down below in the description. So you guys definitely know what the Su-25 Frogfoot is, and if you guys aren't too familiar, there is an upgraded variant of it called the Su-39. Now, it does have a tech tree, and I do mean this somewhat. It has a air quote tech tree counterpart, the Su-25T. And that's pretty much where the resemblance ends. The tech tree variant is good, don't get me wrong. The premium one is just 25 bazillion miles better. It's not even funny, it's not even really comparable. So the Su-39 is an upgraded program for the Su-25 that gave it the ability to carry different sort of hardware for weapons. This includes things like the McXer air-to-ground missile, gives it access to more anti-radiation missiles, which we will circle back to, and it also gave it the hardware to fire the R-77 and R-27. Neither of those are on this platform in-game. Now, the Su-39 in-game kind of takes the bias that does definitely exist for premiums, and the bias for Russian aircraft, which also does honestly exist, and just kind of combines them. So the Su-39 sits at 11.3 in ground RB. That is already one, insane, given the load this airplane carries. And then two, it has access to, for air-to-air, to defend itself from other aircraft, the R-60, the R-73, and then, of course, the 23mm cannon, which, that alone, or the 30mm cannon, that alone already is an insane air-to-air loadout. The R-73 is incredibly crazy at this low BR. And then for air-to-ground, where it gets even more insane, talking for just CAS, just close air support weapons, just missiles to be used against tanks, you have access to the KH-29T, which is a phenomenal fire-and-forget munition, and then the McXer, which is what is found on all of the Russian helicopters that are like the top-tier ones, like the Ka-52 and, the Mi-28 and all that. And you can carry that on the Su-39. That is, it's a little bit broken, just a hair. And then, to cap it all off, you are the lowest BR fixed-wing aircraft with, multi-band seeking anti-radiation missiles. Which, let me just explain, having KH-25s against Rolands and ADATs, it's just broken. The KH-25 MPU is quickly become my favorite anti-radiation missile because it's at a lower BR. The Su-39, if you guys have it, is the most fun fixed-wing CAS aircraft I have played in ever since they moved the A-YT up. I mean, the old BR for the A-YT was the last time I had this much fun playing a CAS vehicle. Now, there really isn't a downside to this aircraft, and that's where it kind of just gets annoying. The downside to this airplane is the fact that it is a subsonic fixed-wing. That's the downside to this aircraft. The downside isn't, oh, it doesn't have enough weapons. It has enough weapons. The downside isn't, oh, it lacks air-to-air weapons. It has air-to-air weapons. And the downside isn't, oh, it's vulnerable to SPAA. No, it isn't. Now, I will note that recently, as in the last week, I have noticed the KH-25 MPU does feel a little bit worse. I used to have it pretty much guaranteed kill, every time, to I have had it kind of miss track once or twice, and I have had it been intercepted once. Now, I will also want to note, players are getting smarter. Players now know what anti-radiation missiles are. They're no longer, playing the way they were when these were first added. They're learning to turn the radar off, they're learning to move. However, keep in mind, there's a big however. Shoot an anti-radiation missile at an aircraft, at a tank, or at a SPA, I mean. They know it's coming. Turn their radar off. Now just fire a KH-29, or a McXer. I just want to note that, yes, there are counters to the Su-39. Yes, you can have an aircraft take it out if they dodge both its R-73s. The R-60s are not very good backup weapons. Oh, once you, use your KH-29s, you are out of a super long-range fire-and-forget weapon. But you gotta understand, that's not where the Su-39 shines. The Su-39 shines because it can compete against everything with the best at the BR. And also, I want to note, you can substitute KH-25 MPLs, or MPUs, for KH-25s, which are your, the MPU except the laser-guided variant for tanks, or sacrifice it for an extra rack of McXers, taking your total from 8 to 16. It's just insane. Like, it's actually just crazy insane what this aircraft can do. And I know people are going to be like, oh, Russian bias isn't real. Oh, premium bias isn't real. It absolutely is. I don't want to really argue Russian bias. Everyone's going to agree or disagree on that. But it's kind of blatant with what they do with Russian vehicles compared to US vehicles, that it does exist in some form. And then the premium bias, of course there's premium bias. Gaijin wants to sell these vehicles. And I'm actually like 99% sure the Su-39 was removed from being able to be purchased. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm thinking of a different aircraft. I actually don't remember. Someone had to tell me down below in the comments if it was. I don't remember. I did buy it. I bought it on this last sale because of the KH-25 MPU. I wasn't going to buy it just because it was, so similar to the Su-30, the Su-25T in the tech tree. Gaijin did not give the Su-25T the KH-25 MPU, by the way. So, more proof of premium bias if you'll take it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on the Su-39. Do you guys think it's a bit broken? Do you guys think it's balanced? Do you guys love it? Hate it? I love it because I love using it. I hate fighting this thing. It's annoying. It's so annoying. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.